Hey, what's happening, Barnaby here? You got yourself some clogged pipes? No, this isn't a plumbing segment. This is all about you and cholesterol because Dr. Jeffrey Chamberlain, family medicine specialist, that is the problem with cholesterol. We all hear about it endlessly. Cholesterol, if your arteries are like that, and nobody's are that big probably, but they just start getting smaller and smaller because they're getting gunked up, right?
Exactly, exactly. High cholesterol is a major problem.
Yeah, and what is cholesterol specifically?
So cholesterol are fats that are inside the bloodstream, and there's a couple different major types of cholesterol that we check. And so when we get our cholesterol checked, there's a couple different numbers that come back. There's your total cholesterol, which is just all the cholesterol is put together. There's the LDL, which is the major bad cholesterol. This is the one that's most responsible for causing heart attacks and strokes. There's triglycerides, which is another one of the bad cholesterols. Then there's the HDL, which is the good cholesterol. The higher the HDL is, the better off you are.
Okay, so let's say, is it possible that you could have, I know 200 seems to be this kind of benchmark, 200 and below is probably a reasonable cholesterol range. Could it be that you would have a 250 or 275 and yet still be okay because much of that is HDL?
Yeah, that's exactly right. A lot of times people talk about 200 being the goal for the total cholesterol. But total cholesterol isn't really what we look at most because, as you say, what if your HDL is really high? And that pushes up your total. And so we really need to look at the breakdown of the different types of cholesterol, what the ratios are with each other. And then also we look at your risk factors. Someone who's at a high risk having a heart attack, let's say you have diabetes, well, we want to be a lot more aggressive with your numbers than someone who's a 25-year-old runner who's never had a problem with cholesterol or a family history of heart problems.
All right, so before you go chasing that magic cholesterol number, you need to really do a little bit of family research and figure out a baseline, see what really ails you, and then adjust your number goal accordingly.
Exactly.
All right,
Yeah.
so let's say we want to bring our cholesterol down. First of all, what happens to that cholesterol if it is fat that's just occluding your arterial or venal walls? What happens to it when it goes away? I mean, if you're lowering your number, it's got to be going someplace. Is that in danger of blocking something? Is it just like a clog of something floating around your system until it gets absorbed?
Okay. So our cholesterol numbers that when we do the blood tests is looking at how much of the cholesterol is floating around in our bloodstream, which doesn't necessarily tell us how much is built up on the walls of the arteries.
Okay.
So basically, when we're lowering our numbers, we're making less cholesterol. Cholesterol is something that's needed, and it's actually used to make cells and is a part of the normal biology of us. So we need some cholesterol. It's just that when our cholesterol is higher than it should be, it starts causing damage.
Well, the more there is, the more it just kind of starts to glom onto itself.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about a natural way to lower your cholesterol.
Okay. So the major ways to help get healthy cholesterol levels are, one is really get to a healthy weight. And being at a healthy weight is important. Exercising on a regular basis really helps out. It lowers the bad cholesterol. It raises the good cholesterol. And then just diet is huge. What we eat is a big deal. Traditionally, they've always said, well, just eating less cholesterol, less fatty foods is going to help, which it does. But also, newer research shows that just also by lowering the amount of simple sugars that we eat and lowering the amount of carbohydrates we eat can really help lower our cholesterol levels too. So low fat, reducing carbohydrates, getting towards a healthy weight, and exercising is the key.
So living a better life.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right. That's all good information and, easily digestible because it's just in specific snippets. If you look at the webpage here, you see we have a lot of video snippets for you to delve into, and you can always search it by subject right here at HelloLife.net. And then while you're at it, let us know what you know. Tell us about your life experiences because you're a doctor. I'm a dude that plays a doctor on TV. Not really. But still, it's just one of those things where common knowledge shared is a great, great thing. We can all build from it. And that's right here on the HelloLife network that you can always find and tell all your friends about this at HelloLife.net.